Hello, baseball fans. Long time no see. Welcome back to another episode of Innings Insights. Also, he's the former winner of the Time Magazine Person of the Year. So how about that? Today we're going to be recapping the month of June. We're pretty much halfway through, but life gets busy. So we're just going to say fuck it, and we're going to do it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, Brayden. I mean, May was full of excitement. We'll definitely say that. I know we're a little past May, but we got to just jump into it where we can. So I think first of all, we should probably discuss some of the standout players, or at least people that we consider to be standout players from the month. What do you got?
I got it.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Let's start off with a guy who throws a baseball for a living,
He does
like that.
like that.
Yep. We're
He
gonna
doesn't
go.
have that though.
He didn't have. Well, did he have it? Not yet.
Not yet.
He will have it soon.
He probably will.
What we call Brayden Hyena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we can ignore this guy right here, the former number one overall pick, the man who's having sexual relations with Livy Dunn. It's Pittsburgh Pirates ace to be Paul Skeens. He might be the ace now, as a matter of fact. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I'd call him the ace. I mean, him and Jones are so good together.
They are good together. I almost traded him to you on my fantasy team.
We could talk about that.
One bad start, and then I'll get you off my team. We expect nothing but dominance at Brentwood Co. Okay, in his 6 starts this year, I think I've got you. I might have you beat with who you picked and who I picked, but I don't know.
Let's hear it.
6 starts, and only 6 starts. He's left every game that he's come into with a lead. He hasn't won every game because he's on the Pirates and the bullpen sucks, but he's given them the chance to win. His strikeout percentage is at 35.4%, and that's good for a K per 9 of 12.42. In the 6 starts, he's got an ERA of 2.43, 33 and a third innings of work, and your favorite stat for pitchers, that FIP, 2.26, which is better than his ERA. So really, his ERA should be lower than it is.
Yeah.
And opponents are only hitting a freaking 2.11 off the guy. And he's on my fantasy team. That's right.
Did you draft him?
I did draft him. Drafted him,
You
stashed him, waited, almost dropped him when everybody and their mother was on the injured list on my team and I didn't have room. But you know what? I stuck through it, and it really paid off.
Clearly it has. I mean, he's probably won you some weeks, even though your team hasn't been doing all that well.
Whoa. It's better than yours, my friend.
Yeah, I didn't say I was doing well.
No. How's Cole Reagan's working out for you, by the way?
Fantastic.
Is
God, I love him.
I guess.
Yeah, I love
he's
that guy.
He's 98 strikeouts, 3.08 ERA. But that's not who we're talking about.
No, talking about Skeens.
Paul Skeens, man.
He's been fantastic. I think that they should have called him up earlier. I think that I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because his ERA is not the lowest that it could be. He's been fantastic in everything we could have asked for. Like, we don't normally see these kinds of numbers from rookies.
Nope.
And I love it when we do. But there's a dude on the Cubs that has been good. So I don't know about Rookie of the Year stuff just yet. But regardless, he's been fantastic.
You're talking about...
Man, he's just fun to watch.
Talking about the other guy on my fantasy team, Shota?
I am talking about him.
Yeah, no, he's been...
Like, I feel like... Oh, me? Sorry. I was just going to say, I feel like Paul Skeens is like, I just want to watch him every time he starts.
Oh, man.
I just want to see what happens.
Electric.
I want to see him throw 103.
Yes.
The only issue is he's not going into that deep into games, which we saw in the minors as well.
Yep.
But it'll come. He's got to build up the arm strength.
This guy is so popular that when he came out of the game yesterday against the Cardinals, he got a standing ovation in St. Louis. I don't remember any time I've seen that before. And like you said, all I want to do when this guy goes out is just watch him pitch because he's got electric stuff. This guy he's very professional out there. He's not going to scream at himself or pound his chest when he strikes you out. He's just going to put his head down and walk back to the dugout. The guy won't even crack a smile, but you know what? Regardless of that, this guy still brings the energy. He brings excitement.
He does.
And he reminds me a lot of Steven Strasburg, who's no longer in the league anymore. Had to retire because of boo-boos. But when he came up, when he was a rookie, he had that electric stuff. He was so hyped and he was so good when he was a rookie. And I see the same in Skeens that I did with Strasburg.
Mm-hmm. Just 15 years later, something like that.
A long time.
Not quite. But yeah, a long time later. You're right. Exactly right. I know people have made the comparison before. Very similar stuff. I think, I don't want to say that Strasburg was more hyped. I think that in my head, he had more of a potential to be incredible. I don't know why that is, but maybe it was that first start where he struck out like 15 guys, something like that.
Strasburg?
Yeah, you remember that? It was like 14 against the Pirates.
It was against the Pirates.
But, man, you're right. I mean, Paul Skeens is going to be the ace of this team for hopefully a long time. I hope that they lock him up because we know the Pirates have the tendency to not sign people to long contracts. Yeah. Have they ever?
No. I mean, you look at the rotation that they potentially had. I texted it to you the other day, and I said, what could have been for this rotation? You could have had Garrett Cole. You
Ace.
Could have had Tyler Glasnow.
Ace.
Paul Skeens, of course.
Ace.
Jared Jones. Mitch Keller. Joe Musgrove. And maybe Charlie Morton would have been there. Chris Archer kind of sucked after
Jameson Tyone.
I mean, then they all just traded him away. What could have been? There's so many what could have been. And today we looked at a post on Instagram of the Giants. What could have been if people didn't get traded away, right? There was Zach Wheeler and Joe Nathan and Matt Duffy was there. Duvall, Brian Reynolds. So many questions of what could have been and what will never be. But the Pirates can only look forward to the future and continue to build off of what they have now. And hopefully they won't be stupid because those fans definitely deserve a team that wins. They've been waiting for a long time. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I like your choice. My turn?
Your turn.
Standout. A standout from the month or someone that's been catching my eye. Another pitcher, lefty. You know I love a good left-handed pitcher. I'm going. I can't remember his name right now. What's his name?
That'd be very good.
No. Clayton Kershaw, best pitcher of all time. Ranger Suarez.
Ooh.
Obviously, no surprise there. I mean, everyone knows what he's been doing.
The Park Ranger.
I believe he's the first pitcher in the league with 10 wins this season.
Oh.
He's only had 13 starts, and I believe he has 10 wins. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He does have 10 wins.
10-1?
10-1, yes.
So
league leader in wins.
In 13 games, 1.81 ERA, 79 and 2/3 innings. I mean, to have a sub-2 ERA is fantastic. And in my head, he's not a strikeout guy, but he does have 9.6 Ks per nine. Does that surprise you?
A little bit. I mean, another guy that is doing very surprising, Seth Lugo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Rangers numbers. And
You're looking at it right now?
Yeah, and I see Seth Lugo's name right here. 91 in the third innings, which is good for second in the league. He's 9-2 with a 2.3 ERA. I mean, 75 strikeouts.
Yeah, I don't know where this guy came from.
I don't know.
But hey, good for him. The Royals are doing well.
Yeah,
but the Phillies are doing better.
Oh my God, Luis Gil too. Whew.
I believe it's Luis Gil.
Okay,
that's what I've been hearing people say. That's what I've been hearing people say. So I don't know.
Yeah, opponents are hitting 137 off of Luis Gil.
137?
137, a whip of .93 in 75 innings. He's 8-1 with a 2.04 ERA. 90 strikeouts, by the way, as well.
90 strikeouts.
90 strikeouts.
Yeah, he should probably start the All-Star game.
Probably.
But I don't know. That's besides the point. Because I think Ranger Suarez is going to start it.
Yeah, in the National League, but in the American League, it could be Scooble. It could
right.
be
He deserves it, actually. He's going to win the Cy Young.
Yes. Corbin, there's so many good pitchers here that I'm looking at. Corbin Burns is having a great year. Zach Wheeler's having a great year. Tanner Houck, whatever.
Houck, yeah.
Houck, yep.
Tanner Houck.
Having a good year as well.
Yeah, the Red Sox rotation in general has just been crazy.
Yeah, I was kind of wrong on that prediction.
I think they've come back to earth a little bit, but for the most part, they've still been fantastic. Notice who won the National League Cy Young last year? He's doing really well this year, right?
Who? What?
The National League Cy Young Award winner last year.
In the National League?
Yeah. Do you remember who that is?
I don't.
It was Blake Snell.
Oh, it was. You know why I can't remember? Because he sucks this year.
He does.
My gosh. And Garrett Cole got his first Cy Young last year, too. So that's good.
He did. And he's great. He's going to the Hall of Fame, but that's besides the point. But, yeah, I mean, anything else to add on Ranger Suarez? Just Mr. Consistency? Otherwise, I believe it's your turn.
No, I mean, that Phillies team is just so good.
I know. It's not going to stop.
No. And,
I think that they may win the division because the Braves have really crumbled. Do you see that stat? That for the last month, they've scored the least amount of runs of any team.
I did. I don't know how. They're 10 games behind the Phillies, too.
I know. And my first round pick this year was Matt Olson in the draft.
Oh. Wow.
I mean, yours was Acuna, so that's even worse.
Well,
at least my guy's still playing.
Okay, well, I wanted to take Soto, but you just told me, you better go with Acuna. He won the MVP against Joe Basic.
But hey, look, Acuna is not giving you negative points. Matt Olson can.
That's true.
For me.
I also don't have Acuna on my team anymore. I traded him for Shota, Profar, and Jones. I really think I won that trade.
You definitely won that trade.
By the way, the Nationals are 31 and 35.
Better than what I expected.
Yep. Good for third place in that league. The Giants are 34 and 35. They suck.
No. Aren't they back at 500 with the win today?
They might be.
I could be wrong about that, actually.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Because they lost yesterday.
Speaking of the
That's
Giants,
right.
I would love to talk about the Giants outfielder Arson Judge. Because this guy is going to win the MVP this year. He's on a freaking mission to tell everybody that he's that motherfucker.
Yes.
He's slashing a 309, 437, and 712. 25 home runs, a 476 WOBA, 217 WRC plus.
Mm-hmm.
He leads all of... Now, question for you before I finish.
Yeah.
Do you say leading MLB or leading the MLB? Are you a guy that puts a "the" in the beginning? When you talk about,
I don't put the. No.
Do you say he's going to the MLB or he's going to MLB?
It depends, because there I would say the MLB, but in this case I would say he leads all of MLB.
Right, I agree. He leads all of MLB in OPS.
He does.
At 1149, slugging percentage at 712, leading the league in home runs. He's leading the league in walks. You name it, he's got it. He's leading in it. And he's on the Yankees. He went to Oracle Park and turned that place into a Little League field.
It was embarrassing.
Seemed like he just hit a home run every other at-bat.
Mm-hmm.
He told everybody he was going to the Giants, but he didn't. And that was smart. Smart business because he got more money out of it. And
he did.
Going to win his MVP, the second one.
Unless his teammate decides that he wants to win it.
Juan Soto, who I did have at the beginning of the year as the MVP.
Oh, I was talking about DJ LeMahieu.
Is he there still?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Do I have to answer it?
No.
Okay, but let me hear it.
Actually, I'm going to ask you two questions.
Okay.
Number one, do you know who?
I do.
Barry Bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many home runs he had before the All-Star break? Which is the all-time record for most home runs before the break, by the way? And tell me the year.
In 2001.
2001, yep.
Before the All-Star break. He hit 73, for all of you that don't know that.
Right.
Before the All-Star break, I'm going to say 36.
No, 39.
39.
39. Aaron Judge has 25. Do you think he will break the single-season home run record?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't think anybody will.
Ever. Wow.
I don't think anybody ever will.
Not even
It's absurd.
Clayton, Brayden, Kershaw, Hyena, Blanco?
Correct. Not even
I
in.
don't know.
Let me put it this way. Anybody that's clean, I should say, because obviously the people that have touched or come sniffing close to 70 have all been juicers. Except,
well,
no, that's correct.
Well,
actually.
did Babe Ruth just played against a bunch of plumbers? So
correct.
How many did he hit? The most was what? 60. I don't know.
In a season, Babe Ruth.
Let me look.
I don't remember. Obviously I watched a lot of his career, but I don't remember.
Did you watch?
I did.
The most he hit in a year was 60.
60. Yeah, so I'm talking about
1927.
Closer. Like, I'm obviously Judge. I believe, obviously, he's huge. He's not a user. Right. Nor was Roger Maris that he beat last year or 2 years ago. So I'm talking about the people that are getting like 67, 68, 69, 70.
Yeah.
I.e. Sosa, McGuire, and Bonds.
I think Babe Ruth is the most overrated Hall of Famer of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Let's unpack that.
Do you want to? I mean,
I kind of agree with you.
If you ask anybody anything about baseball who knows nothing, they're going to tell you Babe Ruth. Sure, he was great. He hit 60. He hit a lot of home runs, 714 of them. But I think there's just been better players and better eras. This guy played against fucking Jimmy John, who fixed toilets for a living and just lobbed the ball. And this guy was a big, fat, 500-pound fucker.
And
that hit the ball
not
far.
To mention, do you agree that the more a hitter sees a pitcher, the more likely they're going to learn about that pitcher and have a better chance of success?
Yeah, of course.
I believe, somebody can fact check me, I believe there were only 8 teams in the league when Babe Ruth was playing. So he was on one of them. So he only saw 7 other teams. And we all know they weren't really rotations back then.
Nope.
So he probably saw the same pitcher over and over and over and over again.
Exactly.
It was probably Christy Mathewson, who was one of the best of all time.
That's true.
I think he was before.
I mean, he's the all-time leader in slugging percentage, OPS, and OPS plus.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
No. What about that other dude?
There's what other dude?
With the merge of the Negro Leagues?
Oh, no, I'm never going to count that.
Gibson?
Never going to count
Something
that.
Gibson?
That's not. Nope. Nope. And it's not even because it's not like, oh, you're a racist. No. It was different leagues. We're not gonna integrate the G League to the NBA. We're not gonna integrate the WNBA and the NBA.
Right.
We're not gonna integrate the Japanese league into the MLB, and Ichiro's gonna be the all-time hit leader. No. They're different leagues, and yes, I understand that it wasn't their fault that they were kept out of the league that they should have been in. Everybody should have been in the MLB at the time, but you can't change history. And you can't change the fact that they weren't in the MLB. And sure, you can argue, well, like you said, Babe Ruth pitched against plumbers, and the other guys in the Negro Leagues were better than those in the MLB. Well, while that might be the case, it's still a different league. And, I don't think I'll ever recognize the Negro Leagues as MLB stats.
I'm more. You know,
do you agree? Hold on. Whoa. Don't let me be the only one to get canceled here. What do you think about that?
I agree.
Okay, great.
No, I agree.
Good.
It was a different league. I think what they did was great, and they great players that should have been in the league, but they weren't.
They all should have been in the MLB. Absolutely.
They weren't. And therefore, they were in a different league.
Exactly. Glad we agree.
But you know who else has been acting like he's been in a different league?
Me?
You, yes. But I was talking about Elliot Ramos.
Oh! Giants
he's
player
been on a
alert.
different planet. Giants player alert. Sorry, Giants fan here.
God, you know
Um,
who else is really good before we start talking about Ramos that I'm really loving?
Tricks and Profar.
Um, no, I'm talking. He's on the Giants.
Gunner and on the Giants. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one
Um,
guess.
uh, Whatever that dude's name is, the lefty shortstop.
Yep, yeah.
Why can't I think of his name? Wisely, Brett
Brett
Wisely.
Wisely, so
Did you see
good.
that double? Was it a ground roll double again today?
And I love that
And a
he's
single?
not wearing batting gloves anymore. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's working.
The Will Myers effect.
Elliot Ramito, go ahead.
See, let me just run this slash line by you: 316, 400, 518, with 6 home runs, and that's only in, I believe, 31 games.
It's a small
A good
sample size.
podcaster would have had this.
Yeah, well,
Ready.
you are not that. It's 31 games.
God, that was
That's a good guess. Oh, and he disappeared. I don't know what happened. But while he's gone and figuring that out, let me just say that his OPS plus is 169 on the year for Elliot Ramos so far. Very good. Like we said, he's slugging at 518, OPS of 918, and you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you. My AirPods died.
They died. That's okay. I was just talking about his OPS plus at 169. I don't know if you heard.
Ramos?
Ramos, OPS plus
He's been so
169. OPS 918. Slugging 518.
I think an underrated part of his game is also his defense.
Oh,
Obviously,
man.
he was playing left when Matos was up, and now he's playing center, and he goes and gets it.
Man, he robbed the home run yesterday. I thought he was going to rob Alvarez today, but it just snuck over the wall.
Yeah. I mean, you can't catch them all, I guess.
No, yeah, unless you're Kevin Pillar.
He literally could catch them all.
He's hitting really well, too, this year. I don't know
He is.
what happened. He might
He's
start
on
the
the-
All-Star game at the SDH.
He's on the Angels?
He is on the Angels. I voted for him in the All-Star every time I voted, which everybody...
Did you?
sfgiants.com/all-star. Go ahead and vote for your Giants players to get in the All-Star game. Yeah, he's hitting... this year he's hitting 327. Kevin Pillar is. 7 home runs. OPS plus of 173 in 43
Really?
games. Really?
How many games?
43.
Is he playing every game?
I believe so. 17 with the White Sox, who suck donkey balls, and 26 with the Angels, who kind of also suck donkey balls. The Angels are 25 and 41 with a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs so far.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh because the Giants are probably no better.
Well, no, but I mean, I guess I'll look for you as well. The Giants have a 8.1% chance to make the playoffs.
8. Okay. Hey, better than point something.
Yeah, 0.2.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, you were
I
speaking of Ramos,
sorry.
so-
Back to Ramos.
Ramos.
I appreciate these young people that my team is bringing up. I think that they need to continue that. I think Mata should come back up, and someone like Yastrzemski should go bye-bye.
You know what? Can I ask you a question?
Hear it.
Do you think, now that he's on the market, we were talking about the White Sox, they suck. Luis Robert
See.
on the trade market.
Mm-hmm.
Should the Giants go out and make a move for this guy? And if they do, would they trade Matos? Would they not trade anybody like that? And if they acquire him, do you DFA Yaz? Do you put Yaz in the trade? Because I completely agree Mike Yastrzemski needs to get off my team, and I can't even tell you how many times I've tweeted that on a daily basis.
I see those tweets.
You do. And you don't like him, so shame on you.
No, I don't like him. I don't like them. I don't like him. I don't think we should go out and get Robert.
Oh, really?
Now here's my reasoning. You've got Ramos, Matos, Yaz, Conforto, Slater, like Fitzgerald, Wisely could probably play out there. Like, we have a surplus, not to mention all the people that are still in the minors as well.
Hunter Bishop.
Yes, exactly. One of the top prospects. We have too many outfielders.
We do. We have a problem.
We don't need another one.
I dropped my pen.
I think that he's great, and he should. I mean, I would love his bat on the Giants. I just don't think there's anywhere for him, and so we don't need to waste prospects to get this guy when we could go out and get pitching, which we also have a lot of starters. But
We do.
they're going to come back eventually.
We do.
We need more. We need a DH because Soler needs to just go bye-bye.
Yeah, well, hey, he got on base 4 times today.
Relax. I did see it.
Relax. But he's hitting like he's never hit a bat before. Wait, nope. Never picked up a bat.
There we go.
Before. Yeah, no, I agree. But I would hate to see Robert go to the Diamondbacks, Padres, or Dodgers. He can go to the Rockies because they suck and they're not going to get any better. But
he realistically probably will end up on the Dodgers.
Like Biggio today?
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. I know you said he could be a giant killer, but
He will be.
like whatever that dude's name was back in the day.
The Padres?
Chris something.
Christian Orfia?
That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jet Jerko?
Yes. Goldschmidt, Arenado.
Oh, still are to this day, Giants killers.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. He's probably going to end up on the Dodgers because they really need him.
Yeah.
Like, aside from Teoscar Fernandez, are they getting anything from the outfield?
Can't even. I mean, Outman got optioned.
Jason Hayward
Chris Taylor
hit a home run yesterday.
Wow, did he?
Yeah, they had 4 in the 6th inning, 4 home runs.
Oh, of course they did.
They won like 15-3 or something.
Good for them. I don't like them at all.
Neither do I. I really can't stand them. But Kershaw will hopefully be back soon. Kind of. Not really.
No, he won't.
Do you worry about the Giants at all? Or are you kind of optimistic about with where they're going?
Well, I would love to talk to you about that.
I'm ready to listen to it.
Okay, great. I think this team's drastically improved from where we were at the beginning of the year. I know that they're only 33 and 35 right now. 34 and 35. Sorry,
there you
I just talked about that. But they started off the month of May at 14 and 16, so not too far off. But at the beginning of the year, when you watch this team didn't want to hit. The pitching was terrible. The bullpen sucked. The rotation couldn't get anything done. And now the bullpen sucks. The rotation can barely get anything done. And the hitting is inconsistent. So we improved in some categories. Jordan Hicks looked like an all-star. Could still be an all-star. Logan Webb should definitely be an all-star.
He will be.
He leads the league in innings at 92 and a third innings pitched this year. He's at like a 3.03 ERA. Elliot Ramos, your guy, should be the starter in the outfield.
He really should be. I mean, there's not that many outfielders to choose from in the National League this year.
No.
Profar probably will start because he's batting like 375 or whatever it is.
Yeah, but he's hurt.
He is hurt, but I think he'll be back.
He'll probably be back. Anyway,
yes.
Back to the Giants. In the month of May, and we'll kind of go into where we're at now. They started off in Boston. Rough series. They got swept. Nope, didn't get swept. They got swept by Philly.
The 4-game sweep?
That's right, which was hard to watch. Then they called up Matos and Ramos, and that's when things kind of flipped around. They won the next 2 series against Colorado and Cincinnati. Won only 1 game against the Dodgers, which was the first of the year against the Dodgers at that point. Swept the Rockies at home. Fantastic series by your guy, Luis Matos, who's now back in the minor leagues to make room for Austin Slater. They should have swept the Pirates, but they blew a game. Should have swept the Mets, but they blew a game. And that just goes back
They really can't pull off that sweep.
No, they can't.
They're really good at getting swept, but they haven't been sweeping people.
No. I was hoping we were going to sweep the Astros. I'm optimistic that will sweep the Angels this upcoming weekend. But I don't know. I mean,
but Pillar's there.
He is there, and he's doing big things. Joe Adele's kind of figuring out how to hit in the major leagues too.
I noticed that.
Happy for him. He was on my fantasy team, but again, if you're hitting under 250, you're not going to be on my team for very long. But I'm optimistic. more than anything, and that's not even me being biased. It's just that when you look at this team on paper, and solely on paper, and not how bad they really are, this should be a team that's in second place in the National League, 4 or 5 games behind the Dodgers.
Right.
Going into this year, I think you and I both thought the same thing. I don't know if anybody else did, but Matt Chapman has an elite glove at third, even though I don't know if he still leads the league in errors, but he did at one point.
It might be close because he had another one yesterday, right?
Yeah, but whatever. Every time he throws the ball, I get excited in a good way. Chapman, Jorge Soler hits for power. He was great on the Royals. Who else is there? Wade is having a great year. He's hurt. Jordan Hicks having a great year. He was really good with the Cardinals a few years ago. Jung-Hoo Lee was supposed to be that guy, and of course he's hurt, out for the year. R.I.P.
Right.
The only thing that I was worried about with this team going into it was the bullpen. First of all, the rotation, you would have had Logan Webb, Blake Snell, the number 1 and 2 Cy Young Award winners. Logan Webb's been good. He gets no run support, and Blake Snell's been dog shit, and he's hurt again. But he'll turn it around. I'm hopeful. Remember, I told you that. Just let him get back and get healthy. He, I guess, didn't come back fully healthy. Alex Cobb will be back, maybe, because this guy just keeps getting pushed back.
I think he's supposed to be back soon. I think he's going to a rehab assignment.
Yeah, he is. Robbie Ray, I hear his rehab's going really well. He should be back around the All-Star break, either just before, or just after. I'd wait until just after, because why would you come back before?
Right.
But I think this team can be good. I think we just have to make it to the All-Star game, enjoy that break, get your shit together, and get back out and do a flip-flop of 2016. Which best team before the All-Star break, worst team in the second half. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with being mediocre in the first half and great in the second half.
I'm okay with that.
Get to the wild card, because as you and I know as Giants fans, literally anything can happen in the postseason. Momentum is the most important thing. When you're hot going in, you're probably going to win the whole thing. And I think that's just what the Giants have to do. Get to the All-Star break.
All you have to do is get there.
Exactly. Get to the All-Star break. And then after, you just fucking put your head down, fight, go to work, and get hot.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we can.
Hopefully. Did you have a team you want to talk about?
Oh, what was that?
Did you have a team?
A team? I did have a team.
In the now, I know they've been with my woes. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I know that they've been better, but it hasn't been beautiful for this team. They're the team up north, and I'm talking way up north, and I'm talking the Blue Jays.
Ooh, in the 6 with my woes.
Of course, as a normal podcaster that I am, I don't have their record. Here it is, 33 and 35. One half game behind the Giants. Obviously different leagues, so that doesn't matter. But this team should be much better than they have been, in my personal opinion. I think they have a really good rotation. I think they have a really good lineup. They should have both of those things, but for some reason they haven't.
Alek Manoah is probably out for the year.
He had Tommy John, didn't he?
Oh, is that what it was?
Something like that.
I don't know.
UCL.
They got a 10% chance to make the playoffs.
Okay. I mean, I like that. Here's my thing. They have Gosman, who did not start off well, but he's been better of late. Kikuchi, fine, sure. And then who else is there? Barrios? No one talks about him anymore.
Yeah,
sorry.
Sub-3 ERA.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great, but nobody talks about him.
No.
And then, let's see, who else do they have?
Chris Bassett.
Who else is starting for them? Bassett, okay.
You've got Bassett, Kikuchi, Barrios, Gosman, Manoah was there. I kind of think there's just a 4-man rotation.
Is Nate Pearson still there?
Trevor Richards, I don't know if he starts. Nate Pearson's there, but they put him in the bullpen. By the way, fun stat, IKF has pitched 2 innings this year for...
I'm looking at that. I can see that.
And Mitch White who is a catcher, I think. Nope, he's a pitcher. Oh, duh. He was on the Giants for like 5 minutes.
Mitch White?
Mitch White. The guy that the Giants traded for, and then he was gone, like, you blinked and he was gone. He's not a starter, but he's pitched 10 innings for the team.
Interesting. That's very strange.
Chad Green, former Yankees, also there.
Yeah, he's been around for a while. What about their closer? Romano.
Jordan?
Yeah, he's been horrible. 6.59 ERA.
And he's hurt.
Right,
so now Yimi Garcia, former Dodger, is filling in.
And then
Davis Schneider's your guy, too. I mean,
I do like Davis Schneider.
And Justin Turner.
Does he start? Yeah, he's been starting left field for them.
I think so. Justin Turner started off the year really hot, and he's really cooled down. George Springer, what's happening with this guy?
He's been bad.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of George Springer, somebody that was really good that you never hear about anymore, Max Kepler.
Who was that?
Max Kepler?
Yeah, is he on the Mariners, right?
Nope, he's on the Twins.
He's still on the Twins. I get him and the other dude mixed up.
He was born in Germany. That's crazy.
I think I knew that.
I think you did.
Yeah, nobody talks about him, but nobody really talks about
36 home runs, and nobody's talked about him before.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Right. Anybody else on the Blue Jays you want to talk about?
No, I mean, Vladdy's going to get traded. Bo Bichette's going to get traded. And I don't know why, because this team's not terrible, but hey, whatever.
Whatever. Is he going to get traded to the Giants?
No, because we don't need another first baseman.
You're right.
It's like we have every first baseman ever and every outfielder ever. Oh, you're giving your mother the death stare.
What'd you say? I can barely hear you.
I said you're giving your mother the death stare.
I am. That's okay. Anyways, your turn. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Now that May is over?
May is over. Patrick Bailey's figuring out how to hit.
Did he? Or is he just on a streak?
No, he's the next Buster Posey.
Okay, well, let's not go that far. Now, question for you about him. Is he better left-handed or right-handed?
Left-handed.
You know? What?
He's better left-handed?
Are you sure?
100%.
Check those stats.
I'm not 100% sure, actually. Let me check those stats for you. I don't even know where I can find those splits, to tell you the truth. Do you have it in front of you?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
Hold on. Fangraphs?
Splits. Well, that's where I am. Oh, here it is. Handedness. Versus righty as a lefty. Here it is. He's hitting 279 as a lefty with 4 home runs. And as a lefty, he's hitting 280 with no home runs. As a righty. 280, no home runs.
So higher batting average, less power?
Correct.
Is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay, so I guess it depends on what you want.
I mean, I guess he's really just even.
It's even. I'm fine with that. Cool.
It's, but yeah. Hopefully the Giants can turn it around. This is not really a Giants podcast yet. It might get to that point. But, anyway. I think they can turn it around. We'll see. May's over. Yep. We're into June, halfway there. We're going to try to work out our schedule so we can record more often.
Yeah, of course. We'll figure that out.
But that's really all I've got. Anything else for you?
I think that's all I got, too.
All right, great. Well, that'll do it. Be sure to tune in next time for more in-depth analysis, interviews, all the latest updates from the world of the MLB or MLB.
One of those.
One of those. Until then, toodles.
Yeah.
I'm going pee now. Thank you, Jesus, for watching. And God bless America.